Daddy Phil then leaned close, put his mouth right next to my right ear and whispered, "Hook your thumbs under the waistband of your diaper and pants and pull them both down at the same time." He then pulled back and waited for me to acknowledge that I had understood his instructions. There was nothing to be done about it other than to suck it up and drop my drawers, so I nodded to him that indeed I did understand. I swallowed dryly, stood up, loosened my belt, and unbuttoned and unzipped my jeans. As I was doing that, Daddy Phil started to change too. I hadn't noticed right away because I was too focused on everyone else in the room, but he had positioned himself so that, for the most part, he was blocking the view of the others in the room. When I caught on to what he was doing for me, I quickened up and did as he said. I hooked my thumbs under the waistband of the diaper and with a single quick movement I pulled down my pants and the wet diaper all the way down to my ankles. Don't think for a second that that trick was easy, because it wasn't. The diaper had been put on me pretty tightly, but I was still able to muscle it off of me. I stepped out of the bundle of diaper and jeans and just as quickly slipped on the swim diaper followed by my board shorts. When I had my shorts tied tightly around my waist, Daddy Phil moved back over to the bench to finish pulling off his other shoe. I looked over to him, smiled knowingly and whispered, "Thanks," to which he simply smiled and messed up my hair for me. Once Daddy Phil had changed into his swimsuit, we put all our stuff into a plastic basket and gave it to this geeky-looking teenager who then gave Daddy Phil a round, blue token on a string. On the token was the number M71, which corresponded to the cubbyhole which he had put our basket of clothes into. Daddy Phil put the string around his neck and we headed out of the changing room. On the way out he dropped both wet diapers into a plastic trash can. When we stepped out of the changing room, it was like stepping into an altogether different world. In a weird sort of way, it felt as if I had come home, even though I had never been to Aquaboggin Water Park before. There wasn't a strong scent of chlorine in the air like you normally get at public pools. Also, there wasn't a bunch of concrete everywhere. Instead, it was like a combination water park, beach and boardwalk all under one big roof. They even had a sandy beach area where you can lay out and soak up some of the artificial sun. I later discovered for myself that the sand was even artificial. It was designed to completely dissolve in the water, which in my book only added to the awesomeness of it all. Boy, we had such a great time, and I loved the fact that I got a chance to see Jacqueline in her two-piece bikini again, and let me tell you, she's hot with a capital S for sizzlin'. Besides the wave pool, Aquaboggin Water Park also has 3 great water slides. One of the slides ends about 10 feet above the pool and you go off the end like going over a waterfall. It is so totally breathtaking, and Jacqueline had said that it was her favorite. One time, when I went down the big tube slide with Mommy Beth, we somehow ended up getting spun around so that when we came out we were upside down and on our backs. We hit the water and skimmed across the surface like 2 big skipping stones. Daddy Phil got a recording of that with his camcorder so that she and I got to see it. Boy, was it funny. In a lot of ways, surfing at Aquaboggin Water Park is actually better than surfing in the ocean because you don't have to wait for the perfect wave. Every 6.5 minutes there is a new perfect wave. All you have to do is ride the wave, paddle yourself back into place and ride the next one. It was so funny to watch Daddy Phil try to surf. He kept wiping out. Surprisingly, after 2 failed attempts to stand up, Jacqueline actually stayed on the board her 3rd try and rode that wave all the way. Yeah, her form sucked, but heck, she had never been surfing in her life, so she was doing great. I so badly wanted Joey to get a chance to try it, but he was too chicken after seeing his daddy wipe out. Mommy Beth didn't want to surf. Instead, she filmed all of us.